Well, I'm joined today at the Toyota Tokyo headquarters by Yasuhiro Matsumoto. He is a senior analyst at Shinsei Securities. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, with the profit, or in fact the loss forecast that Toyota's giving, 20 billion yen for the fiscal year just ended, a lot of people are saying that's not the case. We may see profit of up to 100 billion yen. What are your forecasts?
Well, actually, that the last 3-month period of January to March, I believe Toyota made a remarkable result from the sales in the States and the sales to the emerging market. That was far better than the Toyota initially expected. So I believe that last quarter may turn out to be a great profit. So for full fiscal year, Toyota will likely make operating profits of something like 100 billion yen instead of that net loss.
And what about for the current fiscal year? Are we expecting a big profit jump from fiscal 09?
Yeah, I expect at least a 20 to 13% increase in operating profit compared to the last fiscal year. So I'm pretty much optimistic on the Toyota's earnings performance of this current year.
But what about the costs? I mean, they said in February $1.1 billion, but we've had more recalls since then. We've had a record fine, $16.4 million. Ray LaHood says there may be another fine. There's problems, questions about the recall in 2005. Don't they have all of those costs still to deal with, plus possible litigation down the road? Isn't that going to eat away at profits?
Well, at this moment, I believe that probable recall charge will be within the Toyota's expectations, so something like that. $1 to $2 billion. So I think if that recall charge will fall within the range, I think Toyota will keep that a much better performance on the current year.
Now, we did see a hit in sales in the United States after the recall, but they've bounced back very strongly. The reason being zero finance, low-cost leases. How long can Toyota afford to keep this up, and how much of a drag is that going to be on earnings going forward?
Well, I believe that Toyota will likely continue that generous sales promotion for the next 3 to 6 months. But I believe Toyota should discontinue the generous package as soon as possible. Otherwise, the consumer in the state will get used to the generous package. So that in the future sales, that will make a tremendous damage to the Toyota's cost structure. So I think that the next 3 to 6 months, Toyota will be able to continue.
Now, we did have a downgrade from Moody's, concern about rising costs maybe affecting its ability to repay debt. Fitch and S&P said that they were looking at possible downgrades. I know you used to be at S&P. Do you think that is likely?
Well, actually, I don't expect the rating agency to make a further downgrading on Toyota. If they have done that would be very embarrassing to the market, since we know that for the last 3 months or so, the Toyota and other Japanese car makers have improving their operating performance. So that's really an awkward moment for the rating agency to make a further downgrading on Toyota.
Yasuhiro Matsumoto of Shinsei Securities, thanks very much for joining us today.